1 in 25 people you meet is a psychopath, not serial killers, coworkers, friends, partners. And you're missing every sign, because psychopaths don't look like monsters. They look like the most charming person in the room. Sign number 4, the one nobody talks about, is the only one that never lies. By the end of this video, you'll know why your instincts are calibrated wrong. Subscribe to see what most people are blind to. New psychology deep dives weekly. Think about someone who seems too smooth, never defensive, always has the perfect explanation. Remember when they hurt someone and you watched their face, really watched, and saw nothing. Just calculation about what expression to show next. That fraction of a second? That's sign number 4. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Psychopaths make you feel like you've known them forever within 15 minutes. Not through genuine connection, through surgical mirroring, your body language, your speech patterns, your values. They're not being themselves. They're being the perfect version of what you need. Your brain reads this as, finally someone who gets me. Reality is, this person is studying me like a textbook. Within the first few conversations, they share something deeply personal, a trauma, a secret. Not because they trust you, because vulnerability creates false intimacy faster than anything else, makes you open up, makes you feel special. Normal people build trust over months. Psychopaths speedrun intimacy because they're not building a relationship, they're constructing leverage. Every secret you share becomes ammunition. Watch what happens when you need them emotionally. Suddenly they're unavailable, too busy, not great with emotional stuff. The intimacy was tactical, one-directional, designed to extract information without offering genuine support back. By the time you realize this, you're already attached, already defending them. And this is just how they get in. Because once they've established false connection, they start the real manipulation. Sign number 2 is where most people lose their minds. Psychopaths don't just lie, they architect reality. You remember something one way, they remember it differently. They look at you with perfect confusion. No, that's not what I said. You're remembering wrong. And here's the warfare. They're so calm, so certain, so reasonable that you start doubting yourself. Normal liars get defensive. Psychopaths get concerned about your mental state. Are you okay? You seem confused lately. They're not convincing you they're right. They're convincing you that you're unstable. Watch how psychopaths handle being caught in contradictions. Normal people get flustered, show stress responses. Psychopaths don't miss a beat. They'll look you dead in the eye and tell you both things were true, or flip it. Why are you keeping score? That's weird. Suddenly you're defending why you have a memory, why you care about consistency. They've turned your attempt to seek clarity into evidence that you're obsessive. Psychopaths can show emotion, anger, excitement, charm. What they can't show is the connective emotions, empathy, guilt, genuine fear for someone else. Watch them describe something terrible that happened to someone they love. Their face shows appropriate sadness. Their voice has the right tone, but their eyes, dead, calculating which expression to hold for how long. And this void creates sign number 3, because when you strip away empathy but keep intelligence, you get something that operates on completely different rules. Psychopaths test boundaries like scientists test hypotheses. They'll say something subtly cruel and watch your reaction. That dress makes you look bigger. Said with a smile. Normal person. Feels bad. Apologizes. Psychopath? Notes that this phrasing creates this response. Files it away. Uses it strategically later. They're gathering data on your vulnerabilities. Watch how they escalate over time. First incident. Could be a joke. You let it slide. Second, meaner. But they apologize so smoothly you feel guilty for being upset. Third, openly hostile. But by now you've normalized it. Each step calculated. testing how much you'll tolerate before you leave. By the time you realize it's a pattern, you're so invested that leaving feels impossible. Psychopaths enjoy your suffering, not obviously sadistic, more subtle. A glint in their eyes when you're upset, a barely suppressed smile when they've gotten under your skin. Your distress proves their power, evidence they can control your emotional state, and the more you care, the more potent your pain becomes. And this brings us to sign number 4, the one that never lies, because everything else can be faked. Charm, emotion, even apparent empathy. But this one thing, impossible to hide. Psychopaths have a micro delay before emotional expressions. Normal people, emotion and expression are simultaneous. You see something sad, your face reacts instantly. Psychopaths see something sad, brain processes. I should look sad now, then face reacts. Watch their face when they're supposed to feel something. When someone shares bad news, when they're apologizing. There's a blank moment, a micro gap where nothing happens. Then the
Хорошо.
appropriate expression loads like
Просто
a
вдихай,
program.
видихай легенько.
The expressions are technically correct but feel wrong, like a very good actor who's slightly off. All the pieces are there, sad eyes, concerned brow, sympathetic head tilt, but it doesn't cohere into authentic emotion. Your limbic system registers. This person is simulating rather than experiencing, but your conscious mind dismisses it. You're reading the output while missing the absence of source code. Here's the test that never fails. Watch how their emotional state changes when they think no one's watching. They're devastated. You leave the room. Come back unexpectedly. Face is blank, neutral. No trace of the distress that was there moments before. Normal people. Emotions persist. You're sad, you walk away. You're still sad. Psychopaths. Emotions are performances. No audience, no performance needed. This gap reveals everything. The mask drops in the wings. Once you spot sign number 4, signs number 5, number 6, and number 7 become obvious. They're all variations on the same theme. Everything is a performance to extract what they want. Sign 5, pathological blame deflection. Psychopaths are never at fault, ever. Failed relationship? Ex was crazy. Job loss. Boss was jealous. Conflict with you. You're too sensitive. They experience criticism as attack and respond with counterattack. They don't feel shame. They feel rage that you're judging them. Watch how quickly "I'm concerned about this" becomes "here's everything wrong with you." Sign 6, the boredom threshold. Psychopaths need constant stimulation because their emotional baseline is chronic emptiness. That's why the relationship starts with love bombing, why they're always starting new projects, relationships, dramas. Not because they're passionate, because they're desperately trying to feel something. The moment things get calm, they create chaos, pick fights, start affairs, blow up their lives and everyone around them. Chaos is stimulating. You're either entertainment or you're boring. Sign 7, the soulless sexuality. Psychopaths use sex as a tool, not connection. Often hypersexual, not from desire but from power dynamics. The conquest, the proof they can make you want them. Watch how quickly sex becomes mechanical, transactional, and watch how they weaponize it. Withholding when you need intimacy, demanding it when you need space. Normal people, sex is connection. Psychopaths, sex is leverage. All 7 signs point to the same truth. You're not dealing with someone who loves differently or struggles with emotions. You're dealing with someone who fundamentally lacks the internal experience that makes humans human. They don't have empathy you can activate, don't have guilt you can trigger. They have intelligence, charm, and an agenda. That's it. 1 in 25 people you meet is a psychopath, not serial killers. Coworkers, friends, partners. You've probably met several. Probably trusted at least one. Probably blamed yourself when they hurt you. But sign number 4 never lies. That micro-expression gap. That split-second delay while they load the appropriate emotion. Once you see it, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. The answer: because you're wired for empathy, for trust, for believing people feel what they show. And psychopaths are wired to exploit exactly that. The question isn't whether you've met one. You have. The question is, can you see them now?